Moving to another country is a very different experience for everyone. For me, moving to Thailand was easier than easy. And for my wife, it was a wild journey. Of course, we need to sort out all the visa things and find a place to stay. But what is really important to consider when you are moving to Thailand? Hi, I'm Artem. I've been living in Thailand for more than 3 years already, and I moved here with my beautiful wife and 2 cats. In this video, I've collected typical questions from the friends and family and acquaintances, and in this video, I will answer them all. Number 1, why did you decide to move to Thailand in the first place? This could be like a million different answers, but Thailand in general is a beautiful country with one of the most welcoming people on earth, with one of the best cuisines on earth, just a lovely business network. It just all came together, the comfort, the food, the safety, and the lifestyle that we have here, and the business we can do here. It just all makes sense, and we really enjoy our life in Thailand right now. Did you visit Thailand as a tourist before you moved here? Well, actually, yes, I've been here twice. Each time it was, I think, between 10 and 14 days, and I really loved it here. So we just took the leap of faith and moved. Which problems did you or your wife had when you just moved to Thailand? I can't really say that we had any big problems. There are a few things that you need to sort out in order to live comfortably. So first is the visa question. Thailand has a lot to offer in this sense for long-term residents. You can choose from quite a menu of the visa options. That's one. Second is finding a perfect place to stay, because finding a home just makes everything else so much easier, right? So you need to feel at home and be comfortable with the place you live in. So pay attention to this one. Number 3, probably opening a local bank account, because you can pay by card everywhere, almost everywhere. But if you go to a very local place to have a very local Thai food somewhere in the middle of the tropical jungles, most likely you need either cash or a local bank to pay for the tasty treats that you will get there. What was the feeling that you have after moving to Thailand, like in the first week? Well, I can't say I had any specific feeling. From the very beginning, again, for me, it was quite an easy move. I instantly felt at home here. Just find some people to work with, to chat with, to spend time with, and some activities. For my wife, it was tougher because she's much more social animal than me, most likely. So she struggled at first with some kind of the community. And this is really important, but there are a lot of foreigners and a lot of people who come here to live or to visit, so you can find people to do business with, to run with, to play golf with, to go to a bar with, or to party hard on a Friday night. So easily manageable, you just need to pay a little bit of attention to that topic. Do you feel at home in Thailand right now? Well, the short answer is definitely yes. We have a nice house. Our cats are comfortable here. We are comfortable here. It's super quiet area, and we have a lot to do. And we know all the places around. We know people. So it's quite an enjoyable time, I would say, for us. Did you ever regret moving to Thailand? And did you want to go back to your home country or move? Frankly, I'm not the person who likes regrets. They're just a waste of time in a sense. So I try to avoid that. But again, with our move to Thailand, that's an easy pick. So we really enjoy it here. The short answer, I've never felt regrets after moving to Thailand. Will we stay here forever? I'm not sure. Maybe we will move somewhere else, but we're golden right now. What are your biggest insights after moving to Thailand? I'm not sure, actually. That's a tough one. So I think that I just became much calmer. I don't freak out when certain things are happening, like when you need to wait in a bank or when your appointment is being pushed 2 hours later because of whatever. So I just much more comfortable with that. Maybe the biggest insight that I've always made fun of people who are living by the sea but never never ever go to the beach. And now I'm one of those people. We are living on an island in Phuket, but we go to the beach maybe once a month or twice a month. It's not an everyday or even not every week activity for us. So that's the biggest shift I have. Why are you not subscribed to this beautiful channel? Well, I think that's the question for you. So if you're enjoying the content so far, make sure to subscribe and to like the video, not to miss the next episodes of my life in Thailand. Next set of questions is about the social life. Did you find friends? Are there any dating services? I'm not sure about dating services as I'm married. But as for the friends, I think you can quite easily find the group of people with similar interests. Facebook groups or WhatsApp groups I'm a member of a tennis players group in WhatsApp. It has more than 500 members. The majority of them are coming from the Western countries. You can find groups of Americans in Bangkok, Italians in Phuket, Australians in Samui, whatever it is. I think this is manageable. You just need to give it a try. And also people are very, very open. You can go to a tennis tournament or a paddle tournament or just chat with someone on the beach, in a bar. So it's very easygoing crowd, I would say. And also there are a lot of business clubs. So if you're up to more business-oriented activities, this is certainly can be done as well. How do Thai people treat you? I guess with respect. At least this is what I feel. Thais are very welcoming, smiling, and ready to help. I really love the local attitude towards life and towards other people. I guess they treat me well. What's the level of English of local people? It's different. I would say that in big cities or touristic places, mostly everyone speaks a little bit of English, at least in restaurants, cafes, or shopping malls. You should be pretty comfortable without knowing Thai. And I don't know Thai, I've been here for a few years. English is okay. Bangkok is perfectly fine. If you go to a more rural areas or more distant areas, there might be troubles, but again, everyone is using a Google Translate or ChatGPT translation, so don't panic if people don't speak English here. Were there any stupid situations between you and locals? I can't really think of really stupid or embarrassing things that happened. The one story from yesterday that my wife had a business meeting confirmed with a local person, and she went to the meeting at 4:30 p.m. as agreed. But it appeared that the other person, the person she was meeting with, thought that the time they confirmed is between 4 and 7 p.m., 3-hour window, and showed up at 6:15 p.m. or something like that. So my wife spent 2 hours in a coffee shop waiting for the person. That's probably the only stupid thing I can think of, but nothing crazy really. What do tourists mainly do? Probably getting sunburned, but on a serious note, I think there is a lot to do here, from going crazy with the night parties in certain areas of the town. And Thailand in general, I think, is famous for its nightlife. You can have this part of the spectrum, then you have the brilliant, beautiful beaches and the magnificent sea here, so you can spend time there. Also, there is a lot to do in terms of the hiking, because Thailand has a lot of mountains and hills. You can go for nice walks, national parks, and etc., etc. And also some cultural layer with beautiful temples, Buddhist temples, Hindu temples, Muslim, and so on and so forth. So this is a beautiful country, and everyone can have something for them, from sitting in a bar for the whole week of your vacation to seeing most of the world's most beautiful places. What do you do for the recreation? I enjoy being at the beach maybe once or twice a month, and usually we are going to distant places, so not touristic ones, more local places where locals go, and it's super quiet, no infrastructure, nothing, just the sea. Also, I enjoy running. Again, running, it's not that runners-friendly country, to be frank. You have to pick some spots where you can do that. Probably that's it. So some sport activities, running, tennis, a little bit of swimming, reading a book on the beach. Probably that's my top choice. Is it okay to smoke outside? Well, smoking is not okay in general. I think you know that. But so cigarettes are perfectly fine. Also, there is some weed legalized places, so you can use that for like medicine purposes, I think, right now. But what is forbidden are vapes and electronic cigarettes and hookahs. You still can get them, but it's not officially okay to smoke them. So better don't smoke at all. Oh, that's an interesting one. Will I get food poisoning from the street food? I think, of course, you can, but like I've been here for like few years, and I go quite a lot to like local shops and local venues. I never ever had any food poisoning in Thailand, like not a single time. Neither had my wife. But of course, there are people, funny enough, usually it's the same people who get sunburned, who fell off the motorbike and get the food poisoning. That's usually comes as all-in-one trouble. But again, on a serious note, I have never experienced anything bad. Of course, probably you can get it, but in general, it's super clean and safe to eat out. So the previous one was about food poisoning, and this one about the spiciness. So is all the foods spicy? The food in general is spicy. You have certain spicy dishes and you have non-spicy dishes. So you can safely go with non-spicy options. But even if the dish is spicy, at least like 70–80% of those dishes, you can adjust the level of spiciness. There are only just a few dishes that can't really go as non-spicy or little spicy. Just ask your waiter. In general, there are a lot of options of non-spicy food, so you should be fine. For example, my mother, she's allergic to chili. And chili is like a staple food in Thailand, but she's perfectly fine here. When my parents are visiting, they eat in the local shops, local restaurants. They can always find something for my mom to enjoy without chilies. Next part is about traveling and where do we live. Question number one, where do you live and why? So we live in Phuket. That's the biggest island of Thailand. It's a nice place, quite developed one. You feel like on a tropical island. On the other hand, you have all the infrastructure you may want to have. Hospitals, international schools, restaurants, Michelin-starred restaurants, hotels, spas, gyms, whatever you like, there is an option here. And we love the vibe here, we love the air quality, we love that there is a sea and you can, if it's not about swimming and being at the beach, you just look at it and feel much better than without a sea. In a sense, having a sea is much better than not having one. That's my insight from living in Thailand. So we love it here. We also consider maybe Bangkok as the next move because we are big city guys. So sometimes we just feel a little bit in a village in a sense in Phuket. That's it. Phuket for now, maybe a bigger city later on, and Phuket for weekends. How many places did you visit? Well, I think that we traveled a lot throughout these 3 years in the region in general. Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, some parts of Thailand as well. You can go by car and the roads here are quite okay. And also it's very well connected in terms of flights. From Phuket to Bangkok, I think we have more than 60 flights every day. So it's like a bus. Singapore or Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, 8 to 10 flights a day from Phuket specifically. And even more from Bangkok. It's very cheap in terms of the flights. So last time, my Phuket, Bangkok and back, I think I paid something like 45 or 50 bucks for a flight. It's an easy choice. How are you dealing with the heat? We have the air conditioner on almost all the time. We never lay on the beach in the sun, and we try to avoid being in the sun when walking, and we try to drink a lot of water. And actually, spicy food helps you to deal with the heat because you start sweating, and when you sweat, you just give the heat back and your body cools down a little bit. So spicy food is not a bad idea sometimes. How do you deal with humidity? I don't have an answer to that actually. My answer is sweating. Is it true that you can go by bike everywhere? We're considering a motorbike, not just like a recreational bike. So this is the most popular transport for both expats and local people. So by bike you can go anywhere. You have motorbike parkings everywhere, so it's pretty easy to do that. You can rent a bike out or buy one. It's not that expensive. I think the new one starts from around $2,000, and you can use it to go anywhere. Even domestically, you can travel to like a neighboring regions or neighboring cities. And also, it's usually much more time efficient, especially like in the places like Bangkok or, for example, in Phuket when it's the high touristic season. Bike is usually much more time efficient. You just get to your destination faster than with a car. Do you need a driving license to rent a bike? Yes. Of course, you can rent without license. I think you can do that. Police likes to stop expats, so locals can go as they want. But when it comes to expats, police can stop you anytime. If you don't have a license, you're in trouble. You will get a ticket, so you are not getting arrested or anything like that. However, they were about to make the rules more strict on this one, but in general, you just get a ticket, so it's better to have a driving license. Did you have any troubles or accidents with bikes? As a matter of fact, I did actually. Nothing scary, luckily. There was a local person standing on the traffic lights, so I was standing in my car on the red light, and the guy on the left stopped. The guy was completely wasted. He felt on my car, scratched it a little bit, didn't pay any attention, and just went somewhere when it was the green light. That wasn't that pleasant, but again, like a few scratches on the car. And actually, once I had an accident with my own bike. It's embarrassing. It just fell to the ground, and the speed was around like 2 kilometers per hour. So it was like on the traffic lights, on the red one. So I was stopping and just lost control, and the bike went down. But again, if you go by the rules, because a lot of tourists are thinking they're God bike drivers, most likely you are not. So pay attention to what's happening. How much money do you need every month for a normal life? Well, guys, normal life is a very different for everyone. As a rule of thumb, I would say that $1,500 per month should give you a pretty decent quality of life in Thailand. So if you live alone, for example, you can rent a nice condo, for example, in Bangkok, not in the very center of the city, for $400, more or less. And then like food is quite cheap, transportation is okay, so you're good to go with 1,500 as a rule of thumb. If you want to go low cost, you can do that. It's perfectly manageable, below 1,000 a month, rent included. If you come as a family, let's say of 4, like 2 kids and two adults, 3,000 to 4,000 should be fine. And this includes like a nice house, maybe not in a fancy place, transportation, a car or something, and like all the groceries and the housekeeping stuff. Again, on average, I would consider these amounts. How much money do you spend on food? Well, again, it depends. I want to make a video, like a challenge, whether you can survive on a $50 a week for food. We need to find out for ourselves, so subscribe not to miss this one. But what I can say that even if you buy food or food delivery, is quite affordable. Like regular price for a local dish, chicken rice in a sense, usually, or fish and rice, something like that, is around $2, $2.50. So it's pretty affordable. But again, if you want Wagyu steaks, imported wines, and this type of fancy stuff, of course, it's much more expensive. Do you use any Thai services? Well, I do. We have a cleaning, right, which comes every week. And for the house, like 3 bedrooms, we pay around $25 for one cleaning. We also use extensively food delivery services. As I mentioned, it's quite affordable. And when we work at home and we don't have time to cook, we can ask the delivery guy to bring something, which is, I think, for like lunch for 2 people with delivery is around like $10. Yeah, and we use some kind of like taxis and this type of things from time to time, but not that extensively. What about famous Thai massages? I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. So when we just moved, it was fresh. We visited from time to time, but right now it's very, very rare. What is the cheapest and the most expensive thing you've bought in Thailand? So expensive is easy. I've bought an apartment, an investment apartment. So that is probably by far the biggest ticket. For the cheapest one, I'll tell you a story. So there is a place in Phuket, Old Town, which is Michelin Guide cafe. I can't call it a cafe because it's just a thing outside, so on the pavement in a sense. But they're in the Michelin Guide and they are making coconut pancakes. Nice, tasty stuff. It's either 4 or 6 baht. 4 baht is like 12 cents, 11 or 12 cents per pancake from Michelin Guide restaurant. Yeah, so the spectrum is coconut pancakes and the beautiful apartments and everything in between. That was an extensive list, to be honest. Don't forget to check these 2 videos about Thai life of a foreigner, and I'll see you in the next one.